Hello you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am very casual. I was actually just in the middle of cooking dinner and I was vlogging and I caught myself clicking all these best of 2019 beauty videos, and I thought to myself, why don't you make one? So I'm going to kind of walk you guys through I obviously used a ton of products in 2019, but I wanted to kind of go through from skincare all the way down to setting sprays. I would say like holy grails of 2019. I have bought a ton of makeup in the past couple weeks, so I'm excited to find new things, but I wanted to share with you guys products that I have found myself using continuously throughout the year of 2019. So if you are interested in seeing some of the highlighted items in my 2019, then just go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so if we are gonna start from skincare to setting spray, I did wanna mention the kind of top 3 in my channel, or on my channel. I have shared a couple times that I use the Tatcha skincare. So the 3 kind of highlighted items in my opinion, 4 actually if we include the eye cream. So the first one is the Tatcha, the Essence, and this is like a toner kind of, so you cleanse, exfoliate, whatever, and then you would put the essence on, and I found that this one is gentle on my skin. I've really enjoyed it, so I wanted to include this on kind of the skincare part of the video with the Tatcha line. And then I also really enjoy the Rice Polish Classic, which is a light exfoliant. With the winter, my skin has been extremely dry, so I have been using that and I really like it. Moving on is the Tatcha Violet C Brightening Serum. This is really nice as well. I did actually just order a bunch of new skincare on Sephora, so I'm excited to share that with you guys, but for the majority of 2019 I have been using these products. Last with the kind of Tatcha line is the Silk Peony Eye Cream. I love this eye cream. I will continue to repurchase. I think these 4 products have been kind of my favorite of the line. So yeah, I wanted to share the favorite Tatcha. I know that these aren't cheap products, but in my opinion, these 4 are very much worth the price tag. Moving on to makeup. So if we're talking about primers, I have spoken about a couple of these primers on my channel basically throughout the entire year. I would say between the e.l.f. Prep and Blur stick, I've used this for a long time. It's around $6, I want to say. I've used it for majority of the year and I'm not even close to being done the stick. So I primarily use this on my pores, T-zone area where it gets oily. So I have been loving that primer. Another one that I've just continuously used over the years is the Too Faced Hangover RX. This primer is extremely hydrating. It smells like coconut. I would use this and then the e.l.f. Blur stick on just like my T-zone area, and between the 2 of them my skin stays hydrated all the time and I love it. Another one that I've just been using this sample is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I've talked about this a couple times on my channel, and it is a primer that is actually sticky. So you put it on your skin and you can almost like feel it sticky to touch, and it works wonders under foundation. I've really enjoyed this one, and once this is out I will be ordering full size. I could probably do that now because it's kind of running low, but I've definitely been using this primer for the past couple months and would say that it was a highlight of the 2019 primer game. Now if we're moving into foundations, I've kind of stuck to the ones that I know this year. I would say my top 3 have been the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. Monday to Friday I do not wear full coverage foundations, so I've been using kind of like the BB cream tinted moisturizer for most of my year. So NARS has been a favorite. Another one of my favorite BB creams is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB cream. I have this in a fair tone and I do have it in a darker tone for when I'm self-tanned. I just lean towards a lighter coverage Monday to Friday through work, and I just don't like to have like a full coverage foundation on all the time. But if I am self-tanned and I'm looking for that full coverage look throughout the year, I've been really loving the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I use this basically whenever I'm going out, and I really want my skin to have that airbrush look. Could not say enough good things about this foundation. I love it, and I've definitely used it year round. I think that's the only foundations that I've really been leaning to consistently year round. As for concealer, I'd say my kind of ride or die concealer this year has been the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I have used this thing for such a long time. It's not even close to being empty. It's full coverage. It's a good color when I'm pale and when I'm self-tan. I think for the price and for how long I've used this concealer, I would highly recommend it. I have definitely dabbled in other concealers like the ColourPop No Filter, and I kind of dabble between the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, NARS. I just purchased a new one, so we'll see how that one works, but this one has definitely been a steady product in my routine throughout the year. Moving on to powders, bronzers. I don't use like a setting powder. The only powder I use is the translucent, and I did have, for majority of the year, I did use the Laura Mercier translucent powder, but I don't have that. I ran out and I replaced it with the Cover FX primer, and I've been loving this one. Sorry, not primer, the powder, and I've been loving it. It's not dry under my eyes. It leaves coverage. It's brightening. Yeah, I've been loving this Cover FX, but year round, I would say I'm using the Laura Mercier, which can't say anything bad about the Laura Mercier. I just wanted to switch it up, and I'm happy that I did. As for bronzers, this has for sure, and you can tell by the way that it looks, has been my go-to bronzer for the year. It is the e.l.f. Forever Sun-Kissed Bronzer. This bronzer has stuck by me through the entire year. I finally hit pan and it's crumbling, so I have purchased a new bronzer. I went with NARS this time, but as far as the bronzer I've been using, I would definitely say this e.l.f. Forever Sun-Kissed. It is a great bronzer. I will repurchase. If you're looking for an affordable bronzer, you should check this one out for sure. Sorry, my phone. As far as blush, my go-to blush has been the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop Blusher in Ecstasy. It is a beautiful bronzer. Can't say enough good things about it. It has been my go-to for the entire year. I'd say at least 6 months. I'm not a huge blush person, so I kind of just used whatever was in my collection, but I find myself reaching for this every time I'm doing my makeup. Highlighter. So I did recently purchase the Marc Jacobs highlighter, which I showed you guys, but for the year I have been using this Rimmel highlighting palette. This is it's got like 3 shades. So it's got like a top blush, medium highlight, which is the one that I used all the time, and the bottom one's a little bit darker. So typically when I'm self-tanned and I'm using a highlighter, I would use the middle shade, but I kind of mix the top and the middle. Definitely love this highlighter. I'm going to continue to use it. I don't know if this is limited edition since it's with the Kate. I don't know if it's who this collab is with, but I have not seen this in stores since I purchased it. But this highlighter has been great, and it's drugstore, which is even better. Moving on to brushes. So my kind of go-to brushes this year have been primarily Morphe. So for a highlighter brush, we've been using the Morphe M510. For blending, the Morphe R35. Another great blending brush is the Morphe M518. And then a couple other random brushes has been the BH Cosmetics 123 brush and the 132 brush, along with MAC. So these are kind of like my solid little my little makeup brush to go when I'm traveling. These are the ones that I bring with me. I know that I can count on them. And if you're looking into purchasing some new brushes for the new year, Morphe, I would say 1000% is affordable. It's worth the price. They're great brushes, and I have used a handful of them throughout the entire year. Kind of random, but the cream contour that I've used forever is the Clinique Chubby Stick in Gargantuan Golden. I have been using this little guy forever. I'm going to be repurchasing. As far as cream contour, I'm new to it somewhat. I only started really doing it this year, and I kind of reach for this guy whenever I'm doing a full face of makeup. So if you're looking for a cream contour stick, try this Clinique Chubby in the Nude foundation stick. I think it's great. It blends well. It's a beautiful color. They have a wide variety of shades, which is great. And yeah, I've been really enjoying this guy for contour. If we're moving down the line to eyebrows, the only eyebrow stick I've been using is e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift Pencil. It's a great eyebrow brush. I don't focus hugely on my eyebrows just because they are quite full on their own, so I use just a very little to fill in the sparse areas, and I just use the spoolie on the back to brush the hairs up. But I've been using this guy forever. Continuing on the e.l.f. kind of game with eyes, I've been using the e.l.f. eyeliner, and it's just a plain black eyeliner. Again, I don't use these products a lot, but for what I do use them for, these have been fantastic. A lot of e.l.f. products in this 2019 roundup, which is nice because it's affordable and they're products that really work in my opinion. Back to eyebrows, the setting, kind of like the eyebrow setter that I've been using year round is the 24-hour brow setter by Benefit. I think this is great. I do, again, going back to my eyebrows, they are full. I have a lot of hair in my eyebrows, so I've been using this brow setter and I've loved it. It keeps my hairs from like falling downwards. I will continue to use this into 2020. I think the next round of products is going to be lips. So as for lips, I've had a couple things that have stayed consistent in my routine for lips. So of course we can talk about the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in vanilla. I've used this guy for a long time now. He's moisturizing, he helps my lips, and I will again continue to use this in my routine and repurchase when I need to. As far as my favorite lip liner has been this Essence Going Steady number 9 lip liner. I've purchased many of these. I will continue to repurchase, and I think it's just a perfect nude to use underneath any lipstick. You can use this underneath a red, you can use this underneath your nudes. I think for the price, this thing is like $3. It's a fantastic lip liner. As for my kind of go-to lip combo has been the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, both the lipstick and the lip gloss. This little pair together I've really liked. At first I thought it was too light, but using that lip liner underneath, this is such a beautiful combo, and it's usually my go-to nude whenever I feel like doing that. As for a kind of like a lip glow or like a tinted lip balm, I've been using the Lip Glow Dior in 007 Raspberry. I've been using this for years. I continue to repurchase. It's a $45 lip balm. Is it necessary? No, but do I find myself continuously reaching for it and I miss it when I don't have it? So that is why I tend to treat myself and use this or repurchase when I'm done. So yeah, I will definitely be bringing this into 2020. And in fact, this is a brand new container. I just got this one for Christmas. So I guess setting sprays, the only two that I've continued to use throughout the year is obviously the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I have been loving that setting spray. For $20, it feels like hairspray on your face. I have a brand new one waiting in my vanity. And yeah, I will continue to use that. And the next one is the Mario Badescu Facial Spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. This is $5, and I think it's a great setting spray. It's refreshing. It's nice to use as a spray to kind of start your makeup as well. I think it's a good, solid setting spray. Mario Badescu makes good products, and I will always have this kind of in my little routine going into, or ending 19 and going into 2020. I think the last couple of products that I wanted to mention was, now I know that I missed eyeshadow palettes, but I just don't use them enough. When I do use them, I've been using this Natasha Denona. This is just like a little mini palette, which I actually like buying the minis because I find I don't use all of the colors in like a massive palette. But I've used the Kylie Burgundy palette forever, as well as the Jaclyn Hill purple. Those are kind of the two colors that I stick to, is either purples or like oranges. So those two are my ride or dies, and I've had them since like 2018. So yeah. Body mist that I have continued to purchase is the Brazilian Crush. And this is by, I think this is the Sol de Janeiro line, and it's just the body mist, and it smells like a tropical vacation. I've purchased 3 of these containers now. I absolutely love it. If you're looking for like a tropical coconut spray, try this one out. It is so nice. It's $20 for this. It lasts me a long time. I definitely will continue to use this into 2020. It's kind of become like a signature scent of mine that I'm always wearing on top of other perfumes if I'm finding I need something like a little bit fancier, but for like an everyday, I'm using this, and I do get compliments on it all the time. Hair, My go-to dry shampoo this year has been the Batiste Blonde Dry Shampoo. This actually helps your root color if your roots are coming in that are really dark. I know that the chemicals and ingredients in this is not, you know, not everyone's cup of tea, but for me it works. And when I need a little bit of dry shampoo, I find myself leaning towards that, and it all kind of always works out for me. Hairbrush, of course, this has been the wet brush. Recommend that going into the new year. If you're looking for a new brush, you can kind of get them everywhere now. I know they used to be somewhat like exclusive and you had to get them at hair salons, but they're everywhere. I've literally seen the wet brush at the dollar store. So if you have been thinking about using the wet brush, I recommend it. Seriously does make a difference. As far as shampoos, I've been using the Monet shampoo conditioner, and I found my hair's grown. I did do extensions earlier in the year, and my hair was not significantly damaged from that, but my hair is thin. The whole reason why I got extensions was because my hair is thin. So I've been doing that on top of, I purchased the Briogeo hair mask, which I've been loving, but I didn't think it was fair to include this since I've only been using it for like a month. So I will continue to use that. And I think that's all for all the products that I wanted to mention to you guys. I was hoping that if you were kind of contemplating using any of these products into 2020, I recommend everything in this video. I think some things that are higher end are worth the price tag, and some things that are affordable have shown to be really great products, which is huge. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys have an amazing 2020. There's a lot of content coming on this channel. I'm hoping to post 3 times a week, and that includes vlogs, beauty, everything along the lines of lifestyle. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. We surpassed 300 subscribers in the first 2 months of this channel, which is huge. So I thank you for the support, and I will list my Instagram below. I post there daily. So if you're looking to kind of get a little bit of a look into my life, Instagram is kind of the place to find me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another video very soon.